I just ignore almost everything that women say because it's almost all bull. Because you ask women, like, what do you want in a guy? And then you look at the last 20 guys, they have like almost none of those things on the list, which is why like women dating coaches are just like such a waste of time. There's what women say they want, and then there's what they respond to. And what they respond to is what's important, right? And I don't think a lot of them understand like the subconscious response mechanisms too.
Here's how I think women should handle male friends. First, I think women should clear their space from all male friends while preparing for a relationship. If you are a man that has a female friend, I don't think she should talk to you. I don't think y'all should see each other while she's trying to get herself together for a relationship. I don't care how long y'all knew each other. Priorities. Understand this, you get male energy from those male friends. Their presence, their support, their perspective, their affection, especially if they find you attractive. I think that women should starve themselves of all of that. I don't think you should be eating breadcrumbs, that those interactions that you have with men and you eating breadcrumbs and that's kind of like getting you by. But you want a meal with a whole man, but you when you start to get a little bit antsy, you call up Charlie. People are starting to kind of understand the power of fasting, right? And women they can't wait to tell you that they're abstinent, that they're not having sex. What I'm telling you is that it's the same principle. Your micro interactions follow the same principle as the macro. So if you understand that for some, right, they don't want to have sex until they're in a relationship or they're married, the same principle applies to your micro interactions and you interacting in the small ways. Just a dinner, just a drink. Starve. Fast. Completely.
If your woman has 3 or more of those traits, you have a serious problem. John the Baptist lost his head because a man couldn't discern between lust and loyalty. Don't be that man. So I'm going to give you 5 signs that you might be dealing with the same spirit. Number 1, she uses her emotions like weapons: guilt, silence, seduction, and she uses them to control the outcomes. Number 2, and that's a big red flag, she hates accountability. And the moment you correct her, she's going to turn it into an attack. Number 3, she values image over everything. Image over morality, over integrity, over accountability. For her, image is number 1. She will do whatever it takes to look right, even when she's wrong. Number 4, she's going to resent your growth because your maturity exposes her manipulation. Number 5, she doesn't want you. She doesn't want your partnership. What she wants is your power. And she thrives when you're too distracted to lead. Because when you cannot lead, she gains control.
5 ways women lose a good man and how you can avoid it. Let's get into it, ladies. Number 1, taking them for granted. A man been so good to you for so long, you no longer see the value in him and what he does for you. Number 2, not communicating well or effectively, like expecting a man to read your mind and getting mad when he can't. Number 3, being dismissive about how your behavior makes him feel, or becoming overly defensive when you're being held accountable for your action. Rumor has it that women struggle with accountability. Number 4, being self-consumed and unwilling to compromise. Being so hyper-focused on your laundry list of needs, desires, wants, that you neglect his needs in the process. Remember, a relationship is not just about you or one person getting their needs met. And number 5, allowing your unaddressed trauma, your insecurity, make it hard for that man to enjoy his life and pursue his purpose in peace. Becoming insufferable.
These types of women always have to be in control of everything. They have to be in the middle of everything. And men just get tired of it. Quite simply. They just get tired of it. I don't want to be around it. It's too much. I love you. I love the person that you used to be. When we started dating, you were fun. Easygoing. You relaxed. We just take a trip, take a drive. It really didn't matter where we went. Anywhere you were and I was there, we would have fun, and vice versa. You wanted to be with me, I wanted to be with you, and that's all that mattered in the beginning. I understand responsibilities, but now that we're in a relationship, you've gone so far, you've drifted so far away from who you used to be. And now you're more like a dictator.
Unpopular opinion. A lot of women do not lack communication skills. They are just inconsiderate of you. They don't care what you have to say, therefore communicating with them becomes very difficult. She can sit down and have a full-fledged conversation with her best friend and take advice and criticism and take that shit on the chin and never yell, scream, cuss, and or argue with that person. Don't go back and forth. They just take it for what it is. And they've learned how to communicate their feelings and express their emotions, and they don't have to do a whole uproar in order to do so with their bestie. When they go to work, they deal with a manager that they may not like every day, but everything is cool, calm, collected. She don't yell, scream, cuss. She don't go back and forth. She don't do anything aggressive towards that person because she doesn't want to lose her job, but she don't like how they lead. She don't like what they got going on. When she goes out into the world, she knows how to communicate with everybody around her except for you. And it's not that she doesn't know how to communicate. She just lacks consideration of you.
It's really important. I just want to throw this in there because the best relationship I had, I hope you see this interview, but the best relationship I had was with a guy who, he flew me out and we were dating for a few months, and he said, I want you here, but I don't want to talk. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go out. If you want the keys, here. If you need a card, here. It's here. But I just want you in the home. I just want to know that you're close, that you're here. I want to know where you are. He's like, if that's something you could do for a couple of days, come spend some time with me. But he's like, I don't really want to talk. I don't really want to.
You ready for this one?
Yeah, I really love it.
Every man, to a degree,
Yeah.
has this in them, but they don't know how to say it.
He
And I'm going
said
to give
it.
you, and I'm about to tell you
Yeah.
what he meant by that.
Yeah.
Every man wants to be by themselves, but they don't want to be alone.
Yeah.
Women do not know how to communicate with men. Now, before you go damaging your phone by trying to punch me through the screen, hear me out on this. Boys learn to interact with women through their interactions with their mother, which usually goes something like this. Who's Mommy's special boy? Mommy believes in you. Anything that you set your mind to, you can achieve. Now, do you think that you can help Mommy bring in the groceries? Now, women, on the other hand, as girls, they learn to become women by modeling their mothers. And more often than not, their interactions go something like this. You're on the phone again? How many times do I have to tell you? No phones at the dinner table. It's like everything I say goes in one ear and out the other. So, when these two individuals grow up, he is expecting to get support for his efforts while she has learned to complain in order to express her discontent. If we want to fix this, we as women hold the key. And when you learn to communicate your needs in a way that is soft and respectful, they will be heard. And believe me, the men who were raised well will be more than happy to step up to the challenge.
Some men are great actors. And they prey on some women who are weak too. Some men can meet a woman and see everything that she's missing or what she's lacking, and they can try to manipulate or pull off of those things that they know is wrong.
Women have to start taking accountability, y'all. It's at the point when it comes to women and the lack of accountability. If other women can't hold you accountable, then who gets to hold you accountable? You are responsible for the person that you choose. I don't give a damn how much he acted. Because at the end of the day, we all got multiple personalities. Everybody has a dissociative identity that they revert to feel safe in the moment or to get what they need. It is your job to feel into your spirit and to tap into, God, is this the person that I'm supposed to be talking to? Is this the person that's aligned with my spirit? And so what happens is you don't hear what a person actually says. Your wounds make you hear what you want to hear, what you need to hear.
Absolutely.
And
that's
so
what I was just
happens
saying.
is red flags are no longer red flags. They look like green. A person who is void internally will look for crumbs from anybody they can get them from. And when you're a person who has not been fulfilled emotionally with love, you're love deprived, have a person come to you with crumbs and it'll look like a whole feast. That's your responsibility to take a look at what within me did not see that red flag. What within me was willing to look past all of the things that I saw, but now you're in a relationship and you're mad about it because it's clear that you avoided all of those red flags. That's an internal accountability. We can't put that on nobody else. People act all day long.
Women in general
become a victim in relationships. I've been in relationships where I was a victim every single time there was something wrong with a man. A man could say one thing and I'm like, well, you did. Remember when you 6 months ago said da 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 da? And that's how I used to be programmed to be. It is so important as a woman, if you want to have a sustainable relationship with a man, to regard his feelings. We disregard men's feelings so much, and it's so foul to a man because he no longer can express himself. He can't tell you how he's feeling. He cannot literally be in a relationship where he can actually approach you and say, yo, this happened. I feel this type of way, because the first thing we're going to do is be like, well, what did you do last week? Did you take your shoe? Did you? And we do not apologize.
Number one, she's keeping you as an option. This is when she sees your messages, doesn't reply, but also doesn't completely cut you off. Why? Because she's keeping you on standby, just in case she doesn't find something or someone she considers better. It sounds harsh, but it's true. Some women don't completely ghost you because they enjoy the comfort of knowing you're there when they want attention, validation, or safety net. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine you text her, hey, hope you're having a great day. And she leaves you on red for hours, maybe even days, and then responds with something generic like, you too. Does that sound like someone who's genuinely interested in building a connection? Or does it sound like someone who's just trying to keep the door slightly open without walking through it? Here are some of the key signs that you're being kept as an option. 1, she only replies when it's convenient for her. 2, she never initiates conversations. 3, her messages lack effort or depth. 4, she's flaky about meeting up. 5, she's inconsistent. So what should you do if you suspect that you're being treated this way by a woman you're interested in? The first thing you need to do is to set boundaries. Stop chasing her. You heard me. Stop over-investing in someone who isn't giving you the same energy back. And if she truly values you, she'll notice when you pull back. And at that point, she will be compelled to make an effort and reconnect. If she doesn't, well, that's your answer. I want you to remember this. The right woman won't make you feel like an option. She'll make you feel like a priority.
For a lot of these modern women, they just put you on the shelf and take you off whenever they want to. That's really all you are. You just get put in a box. Oh, I'm done with this. Put it back in the drawer, just like one of their little toys that they use whenever they want to have a good feeling. That's really all you are. I take him out. I let him go. I get all the pleasure that I need. I'm fulfilled. I want him to go back to where he came from. That's it. Oh, but leave me some money to go pay my bills as well. That's part of the experience. That's how modern women are. They really don't actually like you. They like what you bring to them.
If you're doing this one thing, you're disrespecting your man without even knowing it. And trust me, you will regret it in the future, so you better stop now. You know that moment when you're with your girlfriends and someone says, I hate that my husband is so obsessed with football. Mine sucks at cleaning up. Mine plays way too many video games. It's so tempting to jump in and say something negative about your man too. But when you gossip about him, you're gossiping about yourself because the two of you are one. Instead, you're going to share the good and admirable things about him in public. That is the real posture of a queen honoring her king. And the things that really bother you, you work those out with him in private, face to face. And if you need guidance on how to communicate with him behind closed doors, I created an ebook that will help you with that. Comment the word guide and I'll send you a link to grab your copy.
I go after what if I'm attracted to somebody.
You a lioness.
I will let you know. Yeah, I'll let you know I'm attracted to you. Like, you look good. You're attractive. I find you attractive. Let me buy you a drink. Or, do you drink? Shit, why we can't do it?
Jessica.
What?
Miss Moore. Let me tell you something. That right there is fucking impressive. When I'm in fellowship, I usually ask the question to my beautiful queens, right? Say, yo, have you ever approached a man? Hell no, I ain't never approaching them. I'm the catch. They need to be approaching. It don't matter how manly that you may be, men still need help. We don't know if you dating somebody or messing with somebody respectfully. So it will help. It's too much to process as a man. So men need help.
That man isn't intimidated by a woman like you. He's annoyed. A man doesn't want to date another man. He wants to date a woman. Let's flip it so it makes sense and kind of pay attention, right? A woman like you that's independent boss babe, she took on characteristic traits of a man, like being non-agreeable, being assertive, and being dominant, which is all A-type personality traits, which is a naturally masculine trait. When a woman takes on that trait, it's like, ew, you're like a man now. So it's annoying. It's not intimidating, and he's not insecure by you. Now let's flip it. Let's say if you got with a man, and he was very flamboyant. He didn't have any ambition, and he was very agreeable. Like, he was a yes man. Yes, baby, whatever you want, you can get this. He had no backbone. Would you feel intimidated by that man?
No.
If he was checkmate. Wait, stop it.
Got him. Got him. Oh. Whoa.
Women don't know the characteristics of a woman.
The main thing that I'm noticing with men is they want to be understood. And I feel like as women, society has not emphasized the value of actually getting to know a man, actually delving in and giving a shit what he feels, thinks. Society is more so catered to women now. I mean, I guess that's a one up for women in general, but how effective is it when the man feels left behind? He feels that he is somewhat talking to a brick wall when he's talking to women in general. He pretty much knows that he's not going to be accepted for how he feels or what he thinks. He's probably going to be demonized for those thoughts and or feelings. And society and women are not even leaning towards understanding him as a man. How can you be a good woman to a man when you don't give a shit to understand him? And it's like societally, us as women are being taught that we should be catered to. The end. Period. Close the book. And if you really think about that, it's kind of bullshit. Because are you saying that a man is just supposed to give emotionally?
Yes.
Shut up. Emotionally, financially, spiritually, physically. In every way, a man is supposed to sow unto a woman, and a woman takes and takes and takes and takes. That sounds like a parasitic relationship. I'll do that. What happens in any parasitic relationship? The host eventually dies.
Move on to the next one. Girl, you know.
Is that how you feel about Cam?
No, because that's my man.
All right then.
But
Well,
other men.
Stop talking in generalizations.
I'm not talking in generalizations.
Let's talk in specifics. Is that how you feel about Cam?
No, absolutely
all right. Well,
not.
tell me how you feel about Cam as it applies to what I'm saying.
I do all of that for him.
So you do agree
With him, for him, yes. You can't give that to every man because every man don't deserve that the same way. Every woman don't deserve to be treated like a queen.
Okay, so when I am talking in generalizations, I'm saying every good man, not every dumbass. Of course, there are exceptions to the rule. I'm saying in general. In general, I do believe that most men are good. I also believe that most men are misunderstood. And I also believe that society is teaching women to not give a shit about what men think or feel. And then when they do feel safe enough to open up to women in general, we make them feel like a bitch, a pussy.
You want to know
like
why that is?
And I heard that verbatim. Not that I'm saying that, but I literally heard a man say that verbatim.
Yahweh, have your way. And this is what tires men out. This is what tires men out a lot. You have to spend so many hours going around in circles just to get to the point for the last 5 minutes of the conversation. That is not effective communication. That's you just wanting to argue. That's just you wanting to go back and forth for no reason. We're on the same page. We're talking about the same thing. Well, I don't want to get taken advantage of. Who's taking advantage of you? I give you everything that you ask for. I pay the bills. Literally. I treat you like a queen. Who's being taken advantage of? You just don't want to be cooperative and submissive.
So am I like the only woman that no longer gets approached by men? No, because I had to actually sit and think about this, and I had to ask myself, when is the last time a man came up to me and wanted to get to know me or exchange numbers? And it's been a long time.
Well, I got news for you. It's going to be even longer because y'all are full of it. That's it. No YouTube talking points, no elaborate explanations, because at this point, y'all ain't listening. Dudes keep telling y'all what the problem is, but you just keep powering through it. You just keep saying it's not you, it's the men, so just keep doing that. You'll see how that works out for you.
Why does this type of guy seem to ignore women? I'm gonna tell you why in this video. Let's get into it. Number one, they know their value. They value their time and attention, and they're not going to use it to inflate a woman's ego. They're goal-driven. They are too busy chasing purpose to be chasing women. This type of guy does not need to be in a relationship. Trust me, he's good being alone. So he's not desperate to fill up the space with a woman. He's calculated. He's strategic. And he probably knows the woman that he's interested in. A lot of guys want her too, and are probably giving her a whole lot of attention. And he ain't going to be like everybody else, which is going to make her wonder. This man does have a busy life. He has incredibly high standards for the women that he decides to pursue. So if he does decide to pursue you, he made a calculated decision to do so. Remember, just like she got options, he got options too. Because he's confident and he's secure in himself. He doesn't need the validation of a woman's interests. He knows his value and he knows his worth.
One of the biggest red flags most men ignore early on. And I know you don't want to hear this. So there's not actually one red flag that almost every woman has early on, because it's all types of women from different cultures, from different beliefs, and just races. But I can tell you one red flag that we all as men ignore in general, and it's really our own fault. And that is ignoring who she was when we met her. And that is one of our biggest problems as men. So the problem is we always out here looking to build a wife instead of looking for a wife that's already made. We are not sculptors, we are not designers, and we definitely aren't builders. Yes, any relationship and any woman is going to take leadership, and is going to take you taking your time out to help her learn how to deal with you. But at the end of the day, you should not have to teach a woman how to be a wife and how to be a woman. So our biggest red flag we ignore is who she was when we met her.
Here's one reason why men don't want to open up to women anymore. It's because when they try to air out their grievances with us, we can't hear what they're trying to say. Because we're so busy trying to justify what actually happened or prove that we were right in that moment and that he's wrong, that we can't hear what he's trying to say. Now, here's the thing. I'm not trying to be judgmental because I know from experience as well. But what I've also come to realize is that the only thing that matters in that moment is validating his experience, validating his feelings, his opinions, his thoughts, his requests, if he has them. It's not trying to prove a point. It's not trying to throw things back in his face. It's not trying to throw a temper tantrum. It's none of that. It's just hearing what he is actually saying without throwing a fit. We try to get men to try to open up and be vulnerable and come talk to us and all the things. But if he can't speak what's on his mind and it land in a safe space and him not be judged for it or him not be met back with so much resistance, he's going to take a mental note, store it up, and he's going to move differently in the future. So that's just what it is. Yes, there will be time for you to air out your own grievances and to prove your points. There will be time for that. It's just that it's not right now.
It's a lot of women that say they want a man with purpose, but when they get one, they don't know how to treat him or handle him. They cannot understand this one word: sacrifice. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, a man that really cares about you is going to give you time and effort. But here's the reality. Your expectations of it is not realistic. You can get everything you expect from a man that has purpose. His purpose comes before everything else, and that includes you. So as a woman, if you want a man who is in his purpose, you have to understand sacrifice on your end also. Ladies, are you willing to sacrifice your emotional needs until that man has fulfilled his purpose? He may not have as much time as you like to spend with you. He may not have as much time as you like to communicate with you. He may not have a lot of things emotionally that you are craving and looking for. Are you willing to sacrifice that in order to keep a man that actually has purpose? Because if not, you may just miss out on him.
I know
that most men have dark thoughts that cross their mind because that's how y'all are wired. Now, whether you act on those or not, or fall victim to them, is a whole nother thing. And this is why when the more you learn about men and their psychology, the more you can understand what it means to be a good man.
Right.
Women don't, first and foremost, women don't have respect for themselves because they trade respect for attention and validation. So they bankrupt in the respect department. But they can't, if they don't have respect for themselves, they definitely can't have respect for you as men regardless. However, even if they had respect in the bank account, they still couldn't respect you as men. And the reason for that is because they don't understand what it takes for a man to actually be a man. And men, because you want to be liked, you want to be seen as good, you don't want to let women into the recesses of your mind. Because if women understood the types of thoughts that go through men's mind, one, a lot of them would be scared. Two, they could have more respect and appreciation for a man who actually has a sense of self-control. Because it requires so much energy for men to go against their nature, they could have more compassion and more give for when you fall short of their expectations, right? Your expectations, they wouldn't be so high. So I don't think that every man acts on these thoughts, but I do think that the thoughts that go through through men's minds are very dark, and it goes through the overwhelming majority of men's minds, yes.
I think a lot of these ladies out here, these modern women specifically, they would be like, whoa. But then they would snap back into their regular programming. Oh, well, I want this, I want that. Wow, that was an experience. But I want this, I want that. Well, maybe I can't even say that because, you know, the lady, I think her name was Nora Vincent. She was a man for a little while, and it was so tough. And she wasn't even in the mind of a man. She just lived the life in a similar pattern of a man. And it was too much for her. A lot of these modern women, if they live the life in a similar pattern to a man, if that's what happened, God rest her soul. If that's what happened to her, I shudder. I shudder to think what would happen to a woman if she were in the mind, if she actually saw the mind of a man.
Listen, I know you're upset, but I want you to try to understand where he's coming from. Because when he shared those things with you, it was because he felt like he was safe with you. Oh yeah, men want to feel safe too now. And I'm not talking about in a sense of physically fighting for him. I'm talking about fighting to protect his heart. And sometimes the main person that you have to fight is yourself, because you can't turn those things on him when you get mad at him, especially when it's hard enough for most men to share their feelings. When he comes out and says that he has trauma from growing up, you know, things like his mother made him be the man of the house because his mother's man wasn't there, and neither was his father. He couldn't cry when he was young. His mom used to punch him in the chest and tell him to toughen up. Maybe he was 7, and it still went on when he was 14 and 15. And then this young man goes out into the world, not even a man yet, but feeling like he has to be. He can't show when he's sad. He can't show when he's disappointed, when he's feeling anxious, upset in any way, unless he's mad. Oh, then we tell him to fight. Then we tell him he has to have his back, have his brothers and sisters' back, gotta have his mother's back, and anybody else, when he couldn't even have his own back and talk about how he really felt about anything. But he shared all that with you, and the moment you get pissed off, you throw that in his face. You tell him he needs to heal. Baby, you need to heal, because only an unhealed person would do something as sad as that. Just think about
Babe, let me tell you something. Stop trying to play that man like he's slow. Understand what I'm saying, all right? Like he don't know what he's talking about, all right? You know how us women have women's intuition? Men have that too, all right? There is a such thing as men intuition, all right? But there's most likely, normally people like to call it instinct,
All right. So when you start moving on weird and shit, baby, he noticing that shit. When you start treating him different, baby, he noticing that shit, baby. He can feel it in his spirit. Understand what I'm saying? And normally, when a man feels some shit is off, his ass be right. Normally, I ain't saying all the time, but normally, baby. So like I said, just be honest with him and stop treating that man like he's slow or like he don't know what he's talking about. If you out here doing him dirty, baby, cut it out or get out the relationship. Understand what I'm saying, because that is not fair to him. Don't waste his goddamn time when he could be giving somebody else it. You see what I'm saying? You heard it here first. Yeah.
What's going on, friends? Listen, ladies, I know that y'all think that we really, really care about what you think and your drama and your problems, and I keep seeing women complaining all across the board about what life they got or what man ain't doing this, or I seen a woman the other day talking about how men are scared of her success, and then I seen another woman saying that men aren't emotionally stable, or men. No, listen. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. It's not that we don't care. It's not that we're emotionally unstable. It's not that you intimidate us when it comes to your finances. It's that we don't give a fuck. Honestly, real talk. For some reason, and I see divorced women and single mothers on this application, it's always a man's fault. And why he ain't do this, and he's a narcissist, and he didn't make me feel good, and he allowed for me to continue to work, but then he allowed for me to stay home, and he did this and he did that. When are you going to take some accountability and responsibility for the space you are in your life? The same way that men have to. See, you don't understand that society holds us accountable. Yeah, if we don't pay child support, we go to jail. And I'm not a person that is under child support. I don't have any children out of wedlock. None of that. If we don't do what we supposed to do, we're held accountable. If we go homeless, we just got to be fucking homeless. We can't get on here creating a GoFundMe and saying, oh my God, can you cash app us and all of that. We got to figure it out. And so we adapt, we adjust, we love harder than y'all. And it takes us a little bit to get over it. But once we gone. We will go and start a whole nother fucking family and don't give a fuck about what you talking about. And so at some point, you're going to have to realize that all of these things that you run into, and if you keep getting the same situation over and over again, the problem may not even be the men. The problem may not be society. We're not hurt, right? Men are not incels. It's just that you now finally get to see our intrusive thoughts, and we're no longer under the happy wife, happy life mantra. Even the dudes that sit here and simp out and pander to y'all. Haven't y'all learned from the guys that came before us that they just telling y'all what y'all want to hear, and they just like us, but they on the app getting likes and love, and y'all saying, may this love find me and all of this other shit, may this love attack me. They selling you. They selling you the dream. They just like us. They think like us. They move like us. They looking for the same thing as us. They getting the same results as us. And so they just got a different way of finessing you when they selling you a book and they selling you a course. But what you don't understand is that at some point it's you. If you keep attracting the same type of guy over and over again, and if you keep getting the same results over and over again, and if you got multiple different baby daddies that's continuing to treat you a certain way, guess what? It's you. It's not the guys. All right? So if you do better, you'll attract a better type of guy. Stop whining and complaining about that shit and grow the fuck up, man.
A lot of women are ruining good relationships. And they think it's the other person's fault. They think they have no part to play. Oh, well, he just shut down. You know, if he's not emotionally mature enough to communicate his feelings, then that has nothing to do with me. That's on him, and he needs to grow, and he gonna move on and be with somebody else. And you're gonna sit there right by yourself, and you're gonna be right for the moment, but you're gonna get left in the relationship. You unload all your chaos until he's had enough, and then you try to find a new man and do the same thing. Whenever that man stops talking to you, be afraid. You see, when your man is very vocal, you better appreciate that man being straightforward, because let me tell you something, the minute that he stops talking, you need to be worried. Because either he's playing an exit strategy, he talking to somebody else, he cheating with somebody else, or he's in this relationship and he's done with you. And he's just still there.
A lot of these modern women, and there's a saying, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Well, I think a lot of times they use that on men as if to say, well, you're right, but if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody gonna be happy. So she's gonna make sure that you understand that she's not happy. You were right, but she's not happy. So do you want peace Or do you want the feeling of knowing that you're right? And it shouldn't be either or. If you're wrong, the peace can come from you saying, I was wrong, instead of being a terror and a nightmare. At some point in time, that man, like she talking about, is just going to shut down on you. And like, man, you just talking stupid. Get out my face. He don't communicate no more because you was talking stupid. I was right about that. And I was just pointing out to you what the issue was, and you didn't want to hear that. You kept on coming back. What about this? What about that? I want to talk about this and I want to talk about that. It's not about any of that. Take accountability. Apologize. You keep this up, I'm just going to leave and you're going to be upset. Why did he leave me? Why does everybody leave? Because you're a problem.
But here's the thing, women don't ignore men they like. So if she's ignoring you, it's a signal she's not that into you. Trust me, we don't ignore the men we are crazy about.
Apple Pay. That's all, babe. That thing's coming in, babe.
But think about this. You getting all this Apple Pay. You don't respect these guys. You got a man. We know that you don't respect them. He basically bought your love.
That's princess treatment. That's energy.
Guys,
That's what guys need to start doing. Y'all not gonna die with that money. Spend that. Yeah, it costs to be a boss.
What does he get in return?
My time, energy, my consistency, me taking away time from my child for me to be with you. Listen, I'm a mother. I'm not going to take away from my son.
Real quick. You just answered it. He gets a woman that has kids with another man. He gets a single mom. That is not a flex. One, the kids is baggage. The other things is all intangibles. We're speaking about what's tangible. What he's giving you is something that's physical in the material world. Is attention tangible? No, that's not tangible. Meaning that it isn't an equal value exchange. He's giving up his hard-earned working money to you. And you didn't earn it. The man that you chose, I'll just go ahead and say it. That nigga is a simp. You got him in the customer zone. He's paying for your love.
I was talking to a nigga today, and we both came to the conclusion, why would he pick a girl like me when there's bitches out here that will cook, clean, go to work 40 hours a week, not ask for no money, and just be happy to have a piece of man? Why would you go for a woman like me? And he agreed, and I both agreed that it just wouldn't be a good deal when he go find him a girl that will cook, clean, pay half the bills with him, and, you know, pop that thing, pop that cat, and just be happy to have a piece of man near her. And he was like, yeah, because other girls, they just want attention and love. You asking for money, you ask for this, and I'm just thinking to myself, and I told him straight up, you right. I wouldn't pick a girl like me if I could manipulate another bitch to do everything for me, and all I got to tell her is that I love her. Why would I go for a girl like me? I get where you're coming from, and we both agree I'm probably not going to find a man. And I'm okay with that, because if this is how y'all niggas acting, I don't want y'all.
Stop hitting me, please.
Can you take me to San Antonio,
I'm
please?
not, no,
I will pay you if you take me to San Antonio,
No,
please,
baby, you
please.
put yourself in this situation and I can't do it.
Always me!
I can't do it.
This is Billy, and we need to highlight Billy's story because Billy is not alone. Billy is one of millions of men who are dealing with violence from their partner. I only showed, I think, the first, 20 seconds of that clip. That clip goes on for a few minutes and it's extremely hard to watch, and I didn't want to put all of that on you guys today. I wanted to give you the option to press the sound and go watch the full video yourself, but it is incredibly hard to watch. We think of violence, or at least when we're spoken to about violence, it's always spoken about in a manner where the man is the perpetrator and the woman is the victim, and far too often, because of this rhetoric, male victims go unheard and unseen. Violence rate is 50-50, and don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. Despite the fact that the violence rate is 50-50, organizations and our governments refuse to put money into studying female perpetrators of violence because that would go against the rhetoric of violence against women and children. What they don't realize is that they think that they're doing women a service here and just undermining men, and who cares? But the reality is that lesbians take up the majority of the violence rate, so you're not just hurting men, you're preventing women who are victims of other women from getting the proper help because we haven't studied why women do this and what's the best way to leave when a woman is new. So because of this, men get killed every single day by their partner, and children get stuck in situations where they watch their mother or their father. A situation that I know all too well, because along with getting by my mother as a child, she was incredibly my father as well, verbally, mentally, psychologically, and I'm pretty sure she hit him a few times. I just didn't witness this. And because of this, she broke my father down into a small little man so that he stopped defending me when she was me. So Maya got worse. We need to start highlighting female perpetrators and male victims because male victims need our help. And female perpetrators need more accountability. If you are a man that is currently going through violence, please reach out to me. My email is roma@romaarmy.com, or if you're seeing this on Instagram, you can reach out to me there. Whether you're leaving a male or female, whether you are a man or a woman yourself, it is imperative that you remember never to tell when you're leaving. You wait for a safe time, like when they're sleeping or they're at work. Whatever you do, never give up your location once you leave. It could make the difference between life and death for you.
And this man just sitting in the car having to take it. Having to take it. Woman talking crazy, acting crazy, talking silly. And this is what a man has to take. I'm telling you. Modern women be acting like they're so innocent and they don't be doing anything. And this is what you get from them.
You know? I would say that I can't relate because I'm the type of chick that I buy sections too. Ooh, so
different. Would you rather be married to a loyal average man who makes less than $100,000 a year, or be the side chick to an NBA basketball star with a max contract?
I'll take the loyal average man because I'm never going to be a side chick to nothing.
Okay. So let's talk about the lifestyle. NBA basketball star, you could take 10 plus trips a year. Average man, maybe 1, 2. I'm talking about a guy who makes, let's say, $60,000, $70,000 a year. And that's being generous. Versus a guy who got a $300 million contract. He's not going to treat you like trash. He's going to treat you good. You just going to be on the side. He's going to see you here and there, but you taken care of.
I would rather not. I'm going to be taken care of either way, but I would rather be with the loyal man and live a comfortable lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not worried about the excess trips because I can take those on my own. So, yeah.
Okay. So let's say you at a nightclub, all right? Different scenario. Let's say you're at a nightclub. Basketball star offer you to come into their section. You know, they got Casa Zoo popping, all type of stuff down Julio. You know how it is in the nightclub. Then you got the average man at the bar. You know, would you rather be with the average man at the bar or with the basketball star in the section? You know?
I would say that I can't relate because I'm the type of chick that I buy sections too.
Ooh,
so
different. Okay. So for the people out there who think you lying, because people in the comments gonna think you capping, tell them why you not lying.
Ask the promoters, do I buy sections? Do I buy bottles? Check my stats.
Okay.
True or false? All of the good men got played, so now all they do is work, chill, and ignore people.
Now definitely like this video. Go to this young lady page and watch some of her other videos for a bunch of original content. She makes a bunch of good stuff. Good job, mama. At the end of the day, men and women need each other. What you gonna do, date a giraffe? After coming back from being cheated on, you need to work on your spiritual awareness, get right mentally and physically, become the better version of yourself. That way you create stronger boundaries. That way when the next person plays in your face or you observe any suspicious behavior, you will fire that trick and move on to a better woman. You cannot allow that one person to ruin the opportunities for you to meet the woman that Big Sandals wants you to be with. Yes. Does it hurt? Majority of all of us been played before. But you got to be able to dust yourself off and keep on moving. Because at the end of the day, eventually, you're going to get back into a relationship. Nobody wants to be single for the rest of their life. Do not let nobody feed you no bullshit. Believe your comment in the comment section. But y'all grown, you're going to do what y'all want to do.
It's good advice. Really good advice. You know, a lot of people, they want companionship. A lot of guys out there, I think, want companionship. They're just done with the games is really what it is. I think even more than cheating, it's you know, all of the games, all of the jerking me around, and nothing is ever straightforward. I got to go over here and do this and over there and then do that and then over there and do that, and I don't get anything from it. Like there's nothing that I enjoy about a relationship anymore. It's just me being an ATM, right? So if I can find somebody that doesn't make me feel like that, then yeah, for sure, I'd love to be in one. But until I can find that, you know, the smart move, the move with less risks, is to stay single.
I've been seeing a lot of conversation about how men are ruining the club.
I will have you notice the septum piercing theory has not missed yet. Viewer discretion is advised.
And I was hesitant to weigh in because I am a non-binary lesbian. I understand that I am not desired by a lot of these people, and I don't really care about that aspect of things, but what I have noticed is that they are failing the water test. Now, the water test is when you need water, or one of your friends needs water, and you jump the line to ask the person who's currently ordering for water. This has never been a problem. At a music festival, at a bar, at a club, it doesn't matter. Until recently, people have started saying no.
Okay, so let me get this straight. you are not into men. Fair. But you are conducting tests, the water test. And the water test is if there's a line at a bar or whatever, you skip the line. You go to the person in the front, if it's a man, and you tell him, hey, get me a water. And if he chooses not to get you a water, he's a bad person.
Mind you, you didn't skip everybody else. Everybody else in line, you didn't skip. You trying to test one person, you focused on one person, and everybody else just got skipped.
You lost me at skipping the line. Let me start there. Secondly, don't nobody owe you shit. If that person does not want to get you water, they don't have to get you water. Wait in line like everybody else. If it is not an absolute emergency, I don't see why anyone would feel entitled to said water. This level of entitlement that some of y'all walk around with is insane to me.
At gay clubs, at straight clubs, men have started saying no. And I just don't understand how you can sit there and ask for all the perks that women get, but you don't bring any of the kindness or respect or just fun that women bring. Like, it just makes no sense to me how you can fail that test, because it is the most basic thing in the world to just get somebody some water.
They're sitting up here talking about the perks of a woman while giving a man none of the perks. A man receives none of it.
You're doing everything except addressing the fact that they don't have to do these things, and you're not entitled to them doing it. Would it be a nice gesture? Sure. But if that person chooses not to, that's just something you have to accept. And when the fuck did that become a test? What are you even talking about? And what do you mean by we're asking for the perks that women get? What perks are you talking about?
It doesn't cost you a dime. It costs you, 5 more words? Can I add a water? I don't know if I counted that correctly, whatever. But it's just really telling. It's really telling about the state of men and everything like that, that they would say no to getting somebody water.
Number one. Number two, why would I care about what a lesbian thinks? Y'all insert yourselves in conversations and nobody's even pursuing you. Y'all try to play the field. That's what I'm saying. If you a lesbian, stay a lesbian. Shut up. Get out of the conversation of men. You want to, well, I'm feminine now and I don't mind a man paying for my drinks. Why? You're not even in the conversation. You're not even interested. And this is why you're not getting waters anymore. Modern women don't like the guy. They don't have any interest. Why would I do for you and you don't even like me? There's no chance that you would get from me. And the same thing goes for you. Why would I do for you and you don't, there's not even an intention, not even an interest there, like not even minute of you having any attraction to me. You don't deserve anything. I don't owe you anything.
Whether they deem that person desirable or not. Because again, I've seen some of my straight friends, baddest around, get denied from it as well.
So your idea of men being better is diving into your high level of entitlement. I find it so odd that the only time you guys praise men is when they're doing something for y'all. But the moment we do something for us, or the moment we do something that we don't want to do for y'all, now all of a sudden we're all these things. And what demise? Men and women are still getting together at a very high rate, bro. All this social media shit got a lot of y'all thinking there's a real male loneliness epidemic and people are not getting together, women are not having kids. That shit's all cap. But I digress. It is unfair for everyone else to have been standing in line trying to get Lord knows what, and here you come thinking, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna skip the line and go straight to the front. And because that's a man, if he's a good man, he should turn around and allow me to skip everybody and get what it is that I want. Who the fuck do you think you are? But you know what, I'm happy the men are saying no, because this level of entitlement needs to be addressed. But fortunately for you, you ain't gotta listen to shit I'm saying, because I'm just a normal guy. Gotta keep the change.